Yo, we are back with another Grizz Culture podcast hosted by me, Mr. C. Micah, and my brother MKJ and my brother JB. Both of them are not with us tonight, so it is just me. Coming off the heels of another big win by the Memphis Grizzlies, this game we really took care of business against the Dallas Mavericks. We actually played them 2 games in a row. We won on Saturday as well as today. Today's show we will be getting into recapping this game from tonight as well as the game from Saturday, and then we get into a little update from Ja Morant. But before we get into all that, please do what you see on the screen. Go ahead and hit that like button, and while you liking, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up from the latest stuff we have from the Grizz Culture podcast. You know what I mean? So you keep in touch with us, man. Stay locked. You know what I'm saying? Stay locked in with us. All right, man. Without further ado, let's get into it. On Saturday night, the Grizzlies played the not the Denver Nuggets, my bad. Played the Dallas Mavericks, and like I said before, it was a very ugly game, so to speak. It seemed like the Grizzlies were going to take care of them in the first half. The score was 60-57, I believe, at halftime. And we didn't pull away too far, but I think we had got up by 10, up by many as 10 in the first half. But we closed the first half up 3 points. Seemed like everything will be good without a challenge. Second half, it was something different, man. Third quarter, Dallas scores 33. They beat us 33-21. They started hitting threes. They couldn't do nothing with a couple of players on that team, including Mr. Tim Hardaway Jr., who seems to always kill the Memphis Grizzlies no matter who he played for, because when he played for the New York Knicks, he was still busting our tail. I don't understand it, but he is a Grizz killer that along the lines of C.J. McCullough and, some other players that always just seem to kill the Grizzlies. Anyway, he really got to going. We wasn't able to really deal with guarding the three, and, Dallas shoots three. So they got the 3-ball to going in the third quarter, and they had the lead. The fourth quarter, we had something that we have not seen before in this season, and it was the introduction of the NBA to Mr. Big Body Roddy. Roddy started hooping. Not just hooping. He started hooping. Matter of fact, I guarantee we probably would have lost that game without Roddy. Roddy scored a whopping 17 points in the fourth quarter, and we are a team that is terrible in the fourth quarter. We have been terrible in the fourth quarter all year. Even when Ja Morant has been with us, even when Steven Adams was with us, we've been terrible in the fourth quarter. But surprisingly, we had a very good run in the fourth quarter. It was all because of David Roddy. Also, it was because David Roddy was playing the 4 and not the 3. Another thing that came from that game was Jaren Jackson had a bad game. He did not score well. He looked out of sync. I don't know if it's something with playing the Mavericks or something, but he looked pretty much out of sync. He never got to going. And as usual, they wasn't giving him the ball in the post a lot. He got in foul trouble as usual, and, he was out of the game. But Roddy, he came in. He was hitting threes. He was getting steals. He turned the game. He flipped the game. I believe we was down 11 in the fourth quarter, and Roddy came in and flipped that whole game. We ended up winning 112-108. And man, all because of Roddy, man. The world was introduced to David Roddy, and that was a good win. I really thought we was gonna lose that. I wasn't really proud of the win, but I was glad Roddy got to going, because without him, we would have lost that game. On to the game tonight. Now tonight, it was a different story, man. First half was as I get my notes up, give me 1 second. Yeah, first half here was back and forth for the first. Mr. Hardy for that team, man, he really got to going from the very get-go. I believe. Let me see how many points he had in the first quarter. Let me see here. Jaden Hardy he ended with 28 points. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Who is this guy? He is a hooper, obviously, and he hoops against the Grizzlies, man. Both 2 games in a row, he was getting buckets. Yeah, so he ended with 28 points. Trying to see it see if I can get it per quarter. I don't have it yet, but yeah, he ended with 28 points, man. He really was getting buckets on us. First quarter, we lead the first quarter. We end up winning the quarter 29-25. But in the second quarter, we kind of slack up, man. One of the things that messed us up was Jaren getting in foul trouble. He had two quick fouls in the first quarter, man, and then he had to sit mainly throughout the second quarter. He never really got in the rhythm, even at the half. And we end the half down 1 point, 50-49. We had too many turnovers, man. We had let's see how many turnovers we had in the first half. Yeah, we had too many team turnovers. I believe we had like 7 or 8 turnovers, man. And it was a bad look, man. We had to do better. We had to do a lot better. They were kind of getting, and it really wasn't about them turning us over more so than us just being careless with the ball, being in the wrong spot. Just some real goofy, real goofy type stuff. Anyway, we get to the second half, and that's when things kind of change for us. Second half starts, we run out to a quick 8-0 start, 8-0 run to start. Bane is very active, and Jaren scores in the post real quick. The Mavs called the first time out. We came out motivated in the second half. Still good minutes for Roddy, man. Roddy had some good minutes in the first half as well. He's looking very poised. He's knocking down threes, going through the hole. He's looking like he's really finding his stride, as well as the last game, where he had his big outburst. He had 24 in the last game, 17 in the fourth quarter, which is ridiculous, for a rookie. And he was getting some second. Then we also started getting some second chance points. That was hurting us in the first half. Too many second chance points from Dallas, and Dallas is not even a great rebounding team, but they were against us. We got that together. We started getting second chance points. We was up 9 with about 1:51 left in the third. Grizz closed the quarter up 14. We got to rolling, hit a few threes. Bane is still rolling, and it was good. Fourth quarter comes, and we got to going quick in the paint and a couple of kick-out threes. And early in the fourth quarter, we blow the lead up to 21, and that was it. Sayonara. Game over. What I'm very, very happy about in this game is that we showed some poise on the road. We got a good road win. And the next thing, man, like I really, really like, dog, is like, man, we actually won on national TV. We always seem to look bad. Well, one of the bad things that happened in this game is Jaren never got going. He was in foul trouble. He looked just off. He looked like a rookie out there. Not full rookie, but he just looked out of sync. And maybe it was something that Dallas was doing, because he did that 2 games in a row. We'll see what happens when we play the Heat on Wednesday, and we'll see how he plays. I think it may be like a matchup type thing for Dallas. And Dallas wasn't even that big. They if I didn't say, they were missing Luka and Kyrie. So we should have won that game. I didn't expect a blowout. I think Dallas was actually favored by 2 to win this game, or maybe by 4 when they thought Kyrie was going to play. Then they probably switched. So I really, really think I'm glad that we won this game, and it's good that we won the game. But the negative thing is like Jaren. Jaren was really not playing well. That was the big negative. Dylan shot a lot of shots, but he also hit a few threes. So that's good for Dylan. I think he shot a little bit too much, but it didn't kill us. Obviously, and his defense was pretty good, man. That guy Hardy for that team, man, for the Dallas, he's very good. Hardy and Green, Josh Green also play very well. He had 23 points. Hardy had let me see how many points Hardy had for them tonight. Give me 1 second as I look this up. Box score. Hardy had, let's see how much Jalen Hardy tonight. Jalen Hardy had 28. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's getting buckets, man. Jalen Hardy had 28. Josh Green had 23. Nobody else really got buckets like that, including Tim Hardaway Jr., which I am so happy about, because I said earlier he is the biggest Grizz killer, man. The Grizzlies are looking a little bit better, man. One thing I want to be here on this channel, man, is want to be an optimistic Grizz fan. I don't want to be one of these fans that's not smartly optimistic, but I want to be optimistic, man. I think there is so much, and this is a little aside from just the game itself. I think for Grizzlies coverage, there's so much negative Nancy's. I ain't gonna say negative Nancy's, just really pessimistic people in general. But these are the people that's covering the Grizzlies, so they look at everything that happens with us through an eye of pessimism, right? And I don't think it should be like that. Although we're missing Ja, although we're missing Brandon Clark, although we're missing Steven Adams, this is still a very good team, as we've proven. We're right now on a 3-game win streak. So the season is not over. We got 41 wins. We're back in the 2 spot. Kings are playing the Bucks tonight. Hopefully the Bucks can do us a solid and go on and win for us. there's a lot to be positive about. Look, this may not be our year to win a championship, but this is a year to get better. This is a time for these role players to get better. Bane has not stepped into his full potential yet, but he's playing good. I mean, tonight, I believe he had Desmond Bane, 23 points. That's very good. For us, our leading scorers, Desmond Bane and Dylan Brooks. Desmond had 23. Dylan had 19. Santi off the bench with 10. That's great. Tyus Jones with 13. And David Roddy, again, another solid game. 19 points off the bench. You know what I mean? So that's all positive, man. So I think we need to be positive as a fan base, man. Be positive with what we got going on. Yes, we may not win the chip this year. Yes, Ja may not come back till right before the playoffs. But look, we need this man to be fully healthy. And that kind of leads me into my last point for this podcast. Ja Morant update. Here's the update with Ja Morant. They say Ja Morant has checked himself into a counseling facility in Florida. They did not specify. This came from Adrian Wojnarowski, and they also talked about it during the right before the Golden State and Phoenix game that came on afterwards. They also talked about it. Malika Andrews and Miss Abumake talked about that. My thoughts on this is this, man. Whatever y'all got to do to get right, bro. Get right. Don't rush coming back. I am a fan. I want to win a championship, but I want Ja to get the championship in his right mind. You know what I'm saying? This dude is so talented. What's so crazy about this is this dude is clubbing and out in the, out in these streets all over the country all the time and still dropping all these points. What he gonna be when he be focused, dog? This dude gonna be a big problem when he is focused, man. And I just really want him to get focused, man. I want him to get right. I want him to get the help he needs. I don't want to take lightly him saying that, he got to find better ways to deal with this stress. A lot of people will be like, man, dog, you got 190 million coming and you got endorsements and all that. What stress do you have? He's 23 years old and he's the breadwinner for his whole family, all his friends, for a community. That could be pressure, because he don't get just to be excuse me. He don't get to be just a 23-year-old kid, just have fun, do what he want to do. He don't get to have the normal mistakes the other 23-year-old kids have because he's a superstar. He's supposed to be a role model. He is a brand ambassador for Powerade and Nike and all these other people. So he don't get to just be free. I think the best advice I heard for Ja Morant is this, man. I heard it from Pat-Man Jones. He was on Chris Vernon's show, and he said, look, man, bring the party to your house and check in cameras, check in phones at the door, and do whatever you need to do, all your kicking and whatever you would do at the club at your house. And then you get that guarantees nobody knows about it. It's your business. It's in the comfort of your house. Like, I think that's a good idea, man, because I think it's not fool's goal. I think it's a fool's errand to think that a 23-year-old man not going to go out. Come on, bro. Like, he's going to go out. He's going to have fun. The balance, the thing is how much does he balance that with his work ethic, right? I've heard a lot of articles and people talking about that he's not extremely close with the team. He got his boys. Hopefully throughout this whole away from the team thing / AKA suspension, he gets all that together. My guy need to be with his team. Need to be locked in with the team. I hear he's been texting the guys every game and every win, but when he come back, he need to be a new dude. And unfortunately, Ja, you got to grow up. One more thing I want to say about this Ja Morant thing before we get up out of here, man. In a lot of ways, shame on the media. You know what I mean? Like some new pictures released of him in the strip club getting a lap dance with money out. I mean, I am pro Ja Morant, dog. What did you expect? That's what people do in the strip club. Even people that's not rich as him get lap dances and throw money all over the place. That's what happens at the strip club. And one thing I think we have to remember about this is that this too will pass for Ja and the Grizzlies. And at the end of the day, he broke no laws. I am not pro what he did, flashing a gun. But at the end of the day, he broke no laws. I'm not pro strip clubbing every single night, but at the end of the day, my guy didn't break no laws, and we got to remember that. As the media and the New York Post and the New York Post and TMZ trying to drum up stuff because it getting a lot of clicks, we have to remember he didn't break no laws, And at the end of the day, he going to be back on the court. And when he get back on the court, we get to winning. It shuts everybody up. That's all we got to do. So, hey, Ja from the Grizzlies Culture Podcast, man, get right, come back, and let's try to win a chip, my guy. Last thing, man, this back to basketball right quick in this game, man. This Luke Kennard thing is not working so well as we thought, man. David Roddy is the best sub off the bench right now. Like, he's the super sub. But I think that Luke Kennard, he lacks athleticism. I said this in another pod, but I think it bears being said again. He lacks athleticism, and it's hard for him to get his shot off. I believe Luke Kennard only had, let's see, did he even hit a three tonight? Luke Kennard had 2 points. He didn't even hit a three tonight. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a good look. That's what he's brought there for, and I think he's the type of guy that needs screens ran for him and plays ran for him to get open. He can't get it open off of his own. So I think his lifetime here at the Grizzlies may not be that long. Not because he's bad, but I think they need more dynamic players, and you're starting to even see it with the Grizzlies. You know, why they rolling with Roddy so much. Because he can do more than shoot. He shoots threes, but he plays defense. He can run a pick and roll. He can pass a little bit. He's a more all-around player. But we could deal with him for the rest of the year. I think they may have to toss him in the trade over the summer, man, because we need more dynamic players. You know, but with that being said, man, it was a great win, man. I'm happy for the Grizz. I'm happy we got a good win on national TV. Excuse me. I'm very happy that we blew somebody out on national TV. The only negative I had, like I say, is really Jaren had a bad game, and he was basically made to be ineffective the whole game. Other than that, man, it was a great game. Roll Grizzly roll, man. We 15 games above 500. Got 41 wins. And Denver lost a couple of games. We may not catch them, man, but we trying to get this separation from the Kings, man. So with that being said, man, appreciate everybody listening, man. We'll be back soon, probably Wednesday night after the Miami Heat game. We will be back. So we got Wednesday Miami Heat, then Friday. I forgot who we have here. I forget how we playing Friday, but I know Saturday we got Golden State again. Hopefully we'll get a win with that, man. So this will be a good game, man, and we'll be glad to be back. I'm sorry, man. I got distracted. I saw Klay Thompson got thrown out, you know, so good for him. Not a huge Golden State fan, as you may presume, being a Grizzly fan. But anyway, man, yeah, we're going to be out, man. We'll see y'all next time, man. Once again, before we leave, please hit that like button and subscribe, man, so we keep up with what we're doing here with the Grizz Culture Podcast. For MKJ and for my boy JB, I'm C. Micah, man. We'll see y'all next time, man. Thank y'all for listening. Grizz Culture.